Hello and welcome to my review of Steven Spielberg's War Horse, starring Jeremy Irvine, Tom Hiddleston, and Emily Watson. War Horse, for all intents and purposes, is a story about a boy and his horse. It centers on Albert, played by Jeremy Irvine, who's a young British boy growing up on a farm, who stumbles upon a horse that his alcoholic father buys. He quickly falls in love with the horse, but when the horse is taken away to fight in World War I, the boy makes a vow to return the horse to his care. The rest of the movie follows Joey, the titular war horse, as he travels across the war, going to many different owners along the way. You know what we've got here, my friends? We got another one of those movies.
Yes, War Horse, an inspiring work of fiction. Breathtaking. It will inspire children, turn boys to men, and men to boys.
But does it live up to the amount of pedigree and Oscar buzz that it's been getting? Well, if you know what you're getting into, then perhaps it does. And after I fix this, we will get right into it. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, War Horse is the second Steven Spielberg movie to come out within a week. Now, I'm a huge fan of director Steven Spielberg, and here, in terms of style, Steven Spielberg is here in full force. This is a beautifully shot movie. Every single shot composition in this movie looks absolutely gorgeous, especially when Spielberg is sweeping across the lands of Britain, France, and Germany. It just is a great-looking movie all the way through, and the battle scenes are harrowing and really exciting to watch, because if there's anything Spielberg knows how to film, it's a good war scene, and you get plenty of them in War. You get a couple, not plenty, but a couple good war scenes in War Horse. Sure, it's nothing up to the standards of, say, Saving Private Ryan, but it's pretty exciting stuff, and it's interesting to see battle scenes that take place in World War I as opposed to World War II. Unfortunately, War Horse's story falls just a little short. My first problem with it is mainly just a problem I have, is that this movie is very much a fable. And I like fables, but for some reason I feel like war movies should be more grounded in reality, and for whatever reason, the very fable-ish fairy tale sensibility of this movie didn't quite work for me. But that's just a personal preference of my own. But there are a couple problems within the movie as well. The film starts out painfully slow, and I mean ridiculously slow. A good 35 minutes of this movie is seeing whether Joey can plow a field. I'm not kidding. And it's shot beautifully, and it's interesting for about 15 minutes, but I feel like the beginning of this movie could have been cut down heavily, because once we get to Joey moving around to the various owners, it gets very interesting. But the beginning just really slows the movie down and leaves you in a state of boredom that really doesn't leave you throughout the rest of the film. Also, the lead kid who played Albert in this film, his name is Jeremy Irvine. I don't know if it was his character or his acting, but I really didn't like his character. Just the whole portrayal of him was extremely corny. And I'm not saying that a person can't fall in love with an animal, but the way that this movie conveys it is just a little over the top. A little too much of the whole guy puts his head up to the horse and goes, "It's okay, Joey. You're gonna make it. I love you, Joey," to the point where it gets a little tiny bit creepy. However, the performances from the rest of the cast are really, really solid, including Tom Hiddleston, and especially this actor that I've never seen before, and forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, Nellis Aristrup, who plays the grandfather of the 14-year-old girl, or maybe not 14, but young girl who ends up in possession of Joey. He gives a wonderful performance in this movie. Overall, for what it is, War Horse is a well-made, sweeping fable. However, for some people who may be a little more realist when it comes to their war movies, they may not like it as much. I still think it's a good film. I just find aspects of it very, very corny. And it really maybe wasn't my cup of tea. But I can't deny the good job Spielberg did on this film, so I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 4. And that was my review of War Horse. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. And until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, wishing you a very happy new year and making sure your time is worth your money.